I am so late with this review, like 18 years too late, which is strange since this is a remake of the first Yakuza game which came out 12 years ago, but somebody else summed up this game perfectly all the way back in 1999.
So much to do, so much to see, so what's wrong with taking the back streets?
The second I finished Yakuza Kiwami, I opened up Yakuza 0, which I never had the chance to finish. I was a total newcomer to the series when I first picked up 0, and even though Yakuza Kiwami has less going on than Yakuza 0 by virtue of being a remake of the PS2 original, it's still a game design masterclass in how to make a wild, weird and wacky, crazy fun experience that you just can't put down. There really is so much to do and so much to see. There are minigames in this full-length story-driven game that almost feel like a full game in and of themselves. You can go bowling, play several different types of poker, blackjack and roulette, hit up the batting cages or sit down for some mahjong. You can also sink a gazillion hours into making your own slot car and destroying some little kids' hopes and dreams on that little plastic racetrack. And that is really just scratching the surface of minigames. I haven't even mentioned collectibles and side content yet. Look, there is one thing this game gets really right, and I mean most of it is right, but the side content is exceptionally well done. Side quests just happen to you. They just happen. You don't need to go to a big quest marker on your map or head to a major area and talk to people with big quest markers on their heads. You just walk around and play the game. You might be walking down the street and all of a sudden you step on somebody's contact lens, or you bump into someone who feigns an injury. You will just all of a sudden find yourself in a ridiculous predicament, and that is how side quests happen. It makes the game world feel alive, and it never feels as though you are ignoring your main objective from a story standpoint. You aren't going out of your way looking to waste time. Things just happen to you while you're on the way to do whatever it is you need to do. If you've never played a Yakuza before, they are, well, wacky. They are out there, and they know what is going on is completely ridiculous, and some of the side content in this game is truly bizarre, and even edgy by today's standards. I don't want to spoil every funny situation you get yourself into, but there is one side quest where you get seduced by a girl into a love hotel, only to find out that she is actually a man, and for some reason her man parts knock you out, and then her brother comes to rob you. You have to fight the brother only to find out that he is actually a woman, and then you have to fight the trans girl who initially seduced you, who is almost as strong as a main story boss. And that isn't even the weirdest side quest in the game. Gameplay in general is very much like an action RPG. There is a level progression system and sphere grids to boost your abilities or learn new ones. There is a heavy story focus that sees you run around the city, beat people up, have interesting conversations, and there are plenty of cutscenes sprinkled in. Combat is very much a button-mashing beat-em-up affair, not to say that it isn't fun, because it is. There is plenty of depth there with 4 different fighting styles you can switch between at will, weapons you can equip or find strewn across the ground. Have you ever smashed a bicycle over someone's head? Well, now you've got the chance. There are also lots of mechanics at play, like the heat meter, and enemy states such as being downed or stunned can open up brand new abilities or finishing moves. The movement controls, however, feel just as clunky as ever. It was also a complaint in Yakuza 0 for me, just moving around feels a little bit off. I wouldn't say it's unresponsive, it's just that the characters feel as though they are bigger than they actually are, and trying to readjust or make small movements never feels quite like it should. It doesn't ruin the experience by any stretch of the imagination, and unintuitive movement isn't something exclusive to Yakuza, because I felt the same way in Persona 5. I would absolutely recommend Yakuza Kiwami, or just any Yakuza game you can get your hands on. I honestly can't believe what I'd been missing out on before I picked up Yakuza 0 earlier this year, and Kiwami has only made me fall head over heels for the franchise. There are new entries on the horizon, and there is no better time than now to get into the series, especially with 0 and Kiwami being perfect entry points into the story, world and characters. Get on it people, you won't regret it. And you know what else you won't regret? Hitting that like button if you liked this video. Subscribe to see more of me and everything I do, follow me on social media for the latest updates, and if you enjoy my content you could check out my Patreon page where I also do monthly Steam key giveaways. Other than that, I'll see you all soon.